In this video, I'll summarize the plot of Madame Bovary in about 4 minutes and give you an analysis of the story. Okay, let's get started with the introduction. The novel begins by introducing Charles Bovary, a simple and unambitious man who becomes a doctor. His mother dominates his life, arranging his first marriage to a wealthy but dull widow. When she dies, Charles meets Emma Rouault, the beautiful and romantic daughter of a farmer. Enchanted by her charm, he soon marries her, believing she will bring excitement to his life. However, Emma, deeply influenced by sentimental novels, dreams of passion and luxury far beyond her rural existence. After marriage, Emma quickly realizes that Charles is uninspiring and that her life is monotonous. She longs for the grand romance she has read about, but finds herself trapped in a dull provincial setting. When Charles takes her to a lavish ball at the chateau of the aristocratic Marquis d'Andervilliers, she gets a glimpse of the world she desires. This experience deepens her dissatisfaction, leading to illness and depression. In an attempt to cheer her up, Charles moves them to Yonville, where Emma meets Léon Dupuis, a young clerk who shares her love for literature and beauty. They develop feelings for each other, but Emma, feeling guilty, resists an affair, and Léon eventually leaves for Paris. Emma's longing for excitement intensifies when she meets Rodolphe Boulanger, a wealthy and experienced seducer. Unlike Charles, Rodolphe understands Emma's desires and easily manipulates her into an affair. Emma falls deeply in love, believing he will take her away from her dreary life. However, when she suggests eloping, Rodolphe, unwilling to risk his comfort, abandons her. Devastated, Emma collapses from grief and falls seriously ill. She temporarily returns to a life of domestic duty, but her passion for escape remains. As Emma recovers, she rekindles her connection with Léon, who has matured into a confident young man. This time she fully gives in to her desires, engaging in a passionate affair with him. She frequently visits him in Rouen, using deceit and financial recklessness to maintain the illusion of a glamorous love affair. Meanwhile, Emma's spending spirals out of control as she buys lavish goods on credit from the cunning merchant Lheureux. She accumulates an overwhelming debt, and when creditors demand repayment, she realizes the extent of her ruin. Emma desperately seeks help, turning to Léon and Rodolphe, but both refuse to save her. With no way out, she decides to take her own life. She swallows arsenic and endures a prolonged and agonizing death. Charles, devastated, remains oblivious to her affairs and financial misdeeds. He eventually dies in despair, leaving their daughter Berthe, orphaned and condemned to a bleak future. One of the novel's central themes is the clash between romantic fantasy and harsh reality. Emma's unrealistic expectations, shaped by sentimental novels, make her incapable of appreciating the mundane stability of her life. She craves intense passion and luxury, leading her into self-destructive affairs and reckless financial decisions. Her downfall illustrates the dangers of living in illusion rather than accepting the limitations of real life. Emma's obsession with wealth and refinement reveals the rigid class structure of 19th century France. She believes that happiness is tied to aristocratic luxury, yet her attempts to elevate herself only deepen her misery. The novel critiques the materialistic values of society, showing how consumerism, exemplified by Lheureux's predatory lending, leads to ruin. Through Emma's tragic fate, Flaubert exposes the emptiness of status-seeking and the consequences of chasing an unattainable ideal.